I'm tired of people talking about, well, again, the one that really gets me the most. You're old. Yeah. You know, it's not a matter of being called old. I don't care about that. That's not an argument. That's right up there. You know, hey, listen, for all you gamers who use that, you're old. You know how much you hate it when people turn around and say, oh, you play games? I bet you live in the basement at your mom's house. It's the same level of argument right there.
Yeah, stereotypes.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. So we reviewed Mortal Kombat this past week, and I looked at some of the comments on YouTube, and people are, you know, being cool. People are being really nice. No one's really trolling hard or anything. People are actually.
Nobody said we were full of shit.
Yes, they did. No, there's a handful of that. There's that you put it kindly, Martin. I would have taken your full of shit as a compliment and politeness. But yeah, man, for a movie based on video games where I figured more people be immature about it, a lot of people are very mature about it. But you had some people that wanted to do that to us, Mark. You saw it.
I did.
What? You know what? Before we start, what did you?
Let's get your opinion on
what did you think of it?
Overall, I was very disappointed by it. I thought that, I mean, to be positive at first, I really liked the first fight scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, which I think a lot of people liked. And I liked the ending fight scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Aside from that, the only thing that was keeping me entertained was Kano. Like, he actually brought some personality to the movie, which that was the thing that shocked me. It's like, okay, I'm not expecting like a great story, but at least I'll expect like a fun story, some fun characters. And he was the only one that actually felt like, yeah, I'm in a Mortal Kombat movie. I'm supposed to be over the top. And no one else felt that way. And another thing that surprised me about the film is how I thought the editing was awful. And the choreography, I thought, was a big letdown. All the fight choreography, they made the mistake of, we're going to have 5 fights take place at the same time. We're going to cut back to them. I don't really know what's happening between all these fights. Yeah. I thought they really blew it. I think the '95 film and that recent Scorpion's Revenge movie, the animated film, was much better. Like, if I would give this a rating, if it wasn't for Kano, I'd give it some old bullshit. But since he was in it, I give it a very low rental.
Yeah, I gave it a high rental. Yeah, because I know the fans are gonna like what they like,
but I'm a fan. I like these games, especially like the recent 3 games they came out in this past decade, and I just don't think they capitalize on the things that those games have done so well, which is have fun with the story. I'm not saying it has to be great, but it's like, look, we're over the top and we have to be ridiculous. This didn't feel that way. It didn't feel ridiculous enough, and we're gonna have these really charismatic characters that are at least gonna carry it. And you only have really one guy. And the big, I have to mention this, the Cole Young character, what a mistake. What a
absolutely.
I mean, it's like, why do you have him? Why didn't you have someone who is the perfect audience avatar character, which I guess in this case was Kano, but Johnny Cage. Yeah. He's the obvious choice. And the fact that you didn't do him for whatever socio-political reason, that was a huge mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, I agreed with you. The only difference for me was, as much as I like Kano, he was not enough to carry it, and I just found like with these end fights, I was like, I should be somewhat pumped up for this.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was like, I just want this to be over. I just do not care, and that's why I relented to some old bullshit.
No, I get it.
Yeah, I was probably the nicest to this movie. I gave this movie a high rental, and because I knew there's going to be fans out there who just wanted to see a lot of those things they had never seen in a Mortal Kombat movie finally brought to life here. And nothing you're going to tell them is going to be like, hey, those things aren't good, because to them it will be. Like I said, I recognize when I like stuff that's bad, and I'll admit it's bad. And I think that is the difference right there. You're a person like you're looking for story. I think with this. And let me just go ahead and get into it, because I want to respond to those people who have weak arguments on things like YouTube and other places that we post these things. I have no problem. This isn't me getting mad at anybody. What's that?
Attacking anybody?
No, I'm not attacking anybody, because I'm glad that people liked it. Like I said, I was actually the most friendliest to this movie because I appreciate the fans getting what they want. I just don't like it when people come in. I'm just kind of addressing all the weak arguments that people have when. What it really comes down to is that you just don't like what I like. Because y'all gave some, for the handful of people who did that, y'all gave some stupid ass arguments. I have no problem with an argument.
Sure.
Well, I don't think you really understood this part right here. Let me explain why.
Okay.
No, y'all, the argument was, you know, yeah,
that again.
Yeah.
We're old, so we understand things better.
Yeah, you're old, or you don't get the property, or you just mad because you're nostalgic and it's not the Mortal Kombat that you remember with your old shit. You know, I think that's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
Because I can go in and counter address all those things that people are saying, whether it be old, whether it be you don't understand the property, or you're nostalgic. Let's start out with nostalgic.
Okay.
Because I think it's pretty goddamn hilarious that y'all would say, you know what, you don't want nothing but that thing you like, when you don't want nothing but that thing you like. And the most basic thing out there. You know, I defended the film enough to where I even gave it, I gave it a fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I said it's not a good movie, but I see all these fans enjoying what they like. And I accepted that. And I think it's pretty shitty that people can't reciprocate that same sense of fairness, because I think this whole idea of people going in and liking checkbox movies are hurting narratives today.
Sure.
Checkbox movies are nostalgic films. What you're doing is you're going in, they have a box of things that I want to see, I want to be reminded of, I want you to mention, and
Look at any Terminator sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
Total checklist.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter how much they get, like, no, this one's going to be different. But check.
People, that's what happened now. But let's talk about things. You're talking about, man, you know, you just don't like this or you don't get it. I think some of our best franchises have been ruined because of check boxes, man. Checklist. Star Wars, man.
You're coming together.
Oh, my God, I heard the Emperor. Yeah. Oh, there's an X-Wing fighter. Yeah. Oh, shit, the Millennium Falcon. Yeah. You know, Star Wars, that's the
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Oh, C-3PO is back.
Yeah.
You know, Star Wars has been ruined by checklists.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. It doesn't allow these franchises to move on. It's not just a matter of moving on, but it's that thing where if your hand is always closed around certain things, it's never open to take in new things.
Yes, that's a great way of putting that.
Yeah, and so they're always trapped in a loop, and it's like, well, we got to give these people what they want. It's like, yeah, but if you gave them something new, then they can go like, oh, I like this. Now I have more to add to it. Where you don't always have to go back to those old things. And with Mortal Kombat, like, look, it's easy enough for them to slip in the stuff that every one of the quote unquote the fans like, but while still doing something new or fresh or even slightly, I wouldn't even say smart, but just not dumb.
Yeah, I might have given this a fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I might understand the fans enjoying it and getting all those check boxes that they want. Oh, they did the fatalities. Oh, all the characters are here. Oh, they mentioned they hinted at these characters. I get that, but that's fine. But I think you could get, and I think you deserve better.
You deserve better, yeah. You should demand better.
You know, everyone talks. The thing that gets me is that everyone talks about how they want a great video game movie. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, can video game movies? Can we actually do something where they're respected with good story and good characters? But then you turn around and you ignore the characters, you ignore the story, and you're like, well, as long as I got my blood and as long as they mention the game in this way and put a fatality in there and do that special move, then hey, you know what? Fuck a story. I'm good.
Right.
What do you want?
Man, you guys old. You still want story.
Yeah.
I mean, in a movie, I don't think that's a lot to ask for. That's really the bare minimum to ask for.
I don't mind if people get the bare minimum, but just say that. Because there were people online who said, I don't care. I got this, and that's all I wanted. Respect to you, ma'am and sir. That's all I want to hear. But when they're talking about, oh, you didn't get it. What is there to get?
What is there to get?
This didn't make any sense. There's nothing there to get. We were just talking about how nostalgia and check boxes are actually tainting down stories and giving diminishing return on properties.
Well,
what are your opinion on this?
What I think is that people they love this particular thing or whatever property it is so much, they don't admit when someone adapts it, like it could be bad. and like they just want to love it just for the sake of loving it. And I think that they'll settle for the bare minimum. And it's like, even though it's like, if you love a property so much, I would expect, I want the absolute best.
Sure.
I think. And it's like, well, they don't get it for so long. And at this point, they're like, all right, well, I guess I'll just take the generic crap that I'm going to get and be happy with it.
And the thing is, I get when something is new, newly being adapted, it's not always good. You got studio interference. There's people saying like, oh, it's got to be this. It's got to have this. We got to sell this. But the more it goes on, it should get better than the last incarnation, especially when there's been years or decades in between. That's when you should start looking and going like, hey, there's the ability to do better. So why isn't that happening for us?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, superhero movies were crap because you had people running things who didn't respect the properties. And they were just like, hey, this is good enough, or it's close enough, or I got this whole other idea I want to throw into this because I don't respect what it is. And then once they started to respect the source material, they got better and better. To where now, even when you get great superhero stuff, people are still like, yeah, I don't know about that. They could have done this. And video games seem like they're still trapped in that area to where there's some respect. It's like, well, we can make it look like that, but nothing beyond that.
By the way, I'm not talking about people in the chat. No one in the chat was ever like that. No, I'm talking about not even people who email me or anything. I'm talking about just a few people in the comment section of YouTube. And this isn't something where we're hurt about that. I just thought it was funny that, man, you say you want this, but you don't. But you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah, you got to let it happen.
Yeah. Because you're
settling. Yeah. That's what it is. Why are you settling for something so low? Why shouldn't you expect more at this point?
Why would we go in and hate on this movie and still come out and praise this other film?
I got it right.
I love the ninjas who are running like that.
So I ain't dying for this fool and still dying.
Enough. You'll die for this.
Scorpion's Revenge had more character,
Oh, absolutely.
had more character as far as personality, and had more characters in there. Had your boy Johnny Cage in there.
Yeah.
Better fights.
Had more story.
Better fights.
Yeah, better fights that actually made more sense.
They explained it.
So for people who say, man, why you even want that? You can't make sense out of this. Well, that damn cartoon did.
Yes, it did.
So that's an argument that's gone right there.
Like throughout this new movie, they constantly state rules, and then 2 scenes later break that rule, and I'm like, why'd you even tell us that in the first place?
Everything that Raiden and Shang Tsung do in this movie doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, I thought the whole idea of the tournament is like that you decided. You're like, nah, fuck the tournaments. We're just going to go ahead and just start killing each other. Or it's just like Raiden apparently could teleport anywhere around the world. Why were you doing this before? You could prevent all of this.
Why was it up to Jax and Sonya Blade to go find new fighters when you could have been doing this?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And the whole I can't get involved, except I'm going to get involved all the time.
When I need to.
It's a movie that contradicted itself. I definitely, even with movies that I like, I criticize those just like I criticize this, and I will rate those movies well too. I told y'all, man, I think that this movie I'm about to show is one of the worst scripts of the year. I think it's kind of doing what Star Wars and Mortal Kombat did, where it's like, well, we're getting by on nostalgia, and as long as you see, well, they're tearing up an Asian city, they got Mechagodzilla, oh, he did the move. I think it's a better movie than Mortal Kombat.
Well, the thing I think the difference is between that and Mortal Kombat is that Godzilla vs. Kong delivers on what it promises. You're going to see these two go at it in multiple times throughout the film, and it delivers that, I think, in spades. Whereas Mortal Kombat, I don't really think it does. It occasionally it'll reference the games in this really kind of arbitrary, kind of lame way, but it's not going to give you these really cool fight scenes, really well choreographed fight scenes with these charismatic characters, aside from maybe one person. Like it didn't deliver what it was selling.
Well, also, Mortal Kombat is all about these shocking fatalities, these deaths. And here, in this movie, well, people die, but it was never like, oh, shit. It was like, oh, damn.
They had a couple. I'll give it that. For me, they had a couple in there.
Man, listen, I don't know if it's because I'm desensitized and I play these games, but like they have a couple of fatalities, but nothing I'm like, nothing like, ooh, nothing shocked me. Nothing like took me aback. It was just like, all right.
You know why?
That was it.
Because the fatalities were reserved for still the least human characters. They had a bird bitch come down and he sliced her in half.
Oh yeah. It was like, this is whatever her name is. She's here to die.
Right. The character with no lines.
They don't. They didn't really do the hardcore fatalities against a human being.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this: none of the fatalities I thought were earned in this movie, because there'll just be a moment where, all right, this person's attacking this person, and then the fatality happens. There is never a moment where I feel like in the film, aside from the Sub-Zero and Scorpion battles, where, by the way, Scorpion's barely in the film. He's in the first 10 minutes and his last 10 minutes, and that's it. Where you didn't focus like on a fight. Because like when they have all those big fights in the movie, there's like 5 going on at the same time. We're constantly coming back to it. That's like what would have been better is if you just focused on one fight and these two people are just going at it the entire time, and then you finally end with that finisher. Yeah. That's what I think would have been fun, and they just don't do that. So it's not even like the games.
Yeah, it's kind of watered down.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, no, that is very true. You know, there's a point where people also that argument about. This is for the real fans. The argument being that, look, you didn't know the game. First of all, you got to go over here who knows
I like
the game.
the games a lot. So.
But let's just take that argument. All right, this was meant for the real fans who played the game. Keep your noob ass out of here. It's not meant for you. Well, let me ask you a fucking question then. Why does he even exist? Why is Cole there? I want to read y'all something, man. For all those people talking about, well, this wasn't meant for the average moviegoer. This is meant for the fans. Let me read you a quote right here. It's from Inverse. I also read this in another article somewhere. This is the director. If you walked into the theater and you didn't know anything about Mortal Kombat, would you enjoy it? Garner says, we have to, I might be the script right, I don't know. But it says, we have to, by the end of the movie, get everyone caught up. So if they make another one, we can start really digging into the video game characters. They said that character was created as an avatar for the average moviegoer. So why are they trying to get us up to speed for who are up to speed?
Yeah.
You know why? You know why? If it's not meant for us, then why does this fool even? Why is he here?
Nobody makes a multi-million-dollar movie for just the fans.
No,
because they are looking to make that money back plus some.
Yeah. Yeah, they are trying to get everybody as many people in as they can, and Cole was created as the person. So you know your mom or your dad or the Joe average moviegoer or Joe don't know shit about Mortal Kombat. Ain't sitting up there and talking about who that and who that.
Cole is there, so all the other characters can explain to him what's going on.
Yeah,
thus explain it to us.
He's a sponge for exposition.
I was about to say he's exposition with legs. He's walking exposition,
and it makes it even weirder because like Johnny Cage is supposed to be the character who is learning about all this for the first time, but the difference between him and Cole is he has a fucking personality. He's actually funny and charismatic, and you like him, and you like that how he's reacting to all these things. For whatever reason, they said we don't want to do that.
Yeah,
so it's like all right. So as a fan, or I feel like fans should be kind of insulted by that they didn't put in the audience avatar character because he's the perfect character for this kind of movie.
Yeah,
and it's this whole thing of like, well, we make Cole a family man, and people can identify with that, or this family that's barely in there. Whereas opposed to Johnny Cage, where you go, well, he's a Hollywood action star. You can actually identify with that more because you've seen that plenty.
Cole is the most boring museum guy you've ever had.
Yeah.
If you look over here, we have Sub-Zero. If you look over here, this is a relic for a future character in the game.
Yeah.
I get the
reference.
This motherfucker put me to sleep.
Yeah. I forgot he was in the movie at times. Like, oh yeah, he's still here.
And he sucks. Got his ass beat so much in the game.
Oh yeah.
But listen, you know that's bullshit, people. You know movies aren't made for just the moviegoers. If they did, they didn't. You know it was made. I'm sorry, it's not made for just the fans of the game.
Yeah, never is.
The thing that they made for the fans of the game, they put all that straight to video. And by the way, that was a better movie than what we got with this recent film. I'm not even hating on the movie, man. If you like it, you like it. But it's just for those people out there who want to sit up here and make these lame ass arguments, and your arguments mean nothing. If you enjoy what you enjoyed, fine. No one can criticize you for that. Yeah. I have no problem with that at all. That's kind of what my curve was for rating the movie. But don't sit up here and tell me you respect quality and you respect storylines and you respect characters when that movie hardly had any, because there's too many of the video game properties that are doing it, and this has no excuse for not being able to do it either.
Killer is dead. I'm the hand of the last of the Belmonts.
There's a lot of video game properties, Castlevania being one of them, that brings in actually more violence than the game had.
Yeah, expands upon the story, adds to it.
Yep. Yeah,
No, that's what I love about it. That is the best video game adaptation we've ever gotten.
no reason why we should be rushing through these video game movies now when we have properties that are actually proven so to be better sometimes than actual games and the stories in the games. And this is a situation where it comes down to, I'm just tired of people I just want a good argument from people. I'm tired of people talking about, well, again, the one that really gets me the most, you're old. Yeah. It's not a matter of being called old. I don't care about that because maybe I am. I don't give a fuck. But that's not an argument. That's right up there. Hey, listen, for all you gamers who use that, you're old. You know how much you hate it when people turn around and say, oh, you play games? I bet you live in the basement at your mom's house. It's the same level of argument right there.
Yeah, stereotypes.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's nothing in there. People, if you want to come in and people gonna talk shit no matter what, so that's okay. That's fine.
This is how it is. My whole thing is like, why settle? Why settle for the bare minimum when you know you can get something a lot better? It's like, why settle for something like Mortal Kombat 2021 where you know that there's enough lore and fun stuff that you see in the games and other adaptations that you can't see be incorporated into a live action film? Like, why settle? That's what's always confusing to me. Well, and what it comes down to, I think it's just people, they just love it so much that even if they're like, yeah, it's not as good as it can be, they're going to love it despite all that.
Well, you were at the room when I was saying this to Martin. People talking about, man, you know what? Can we just get a good video game movie? Can we just get one that everyone will respect and get one that all the audiences will give good ratings to? And it's like, and then you go and see this and it's like, yeah, man, shit, I don't want no character. I don't want no story.
Yeah.
As long as they killing each other and putting blood and guts and all that shit in there, I'm fine with that. As long as I get what I want, that's cool. Yeah, anyway, people. They're just for future reference, and you're not gonna stop. You're gonna be, trolls gonna be trolls, and bitches gonna be bitches, and assholes gonna be whatever. But I'm just begging y'all, man. I'm willing to listen to an argument. I'm not like you, where you have to agree with what we're saying.
Sure.
No, like what you like, dislike what you dislike. That's fine.
Yeah, but just if you don't like something, can you put it in?
Don't be a dick about it.
Yeah, can you put it in a? Yeah, exactly. Don't be a dick about it. Can you put it in an intelligent way?
Yeah, I was like, wait, there's no tournament in the movie.
Yeah.
It's a prequel.
Y'all talked up this tournament pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saving that.
If they do another one.
Now, if you get this mark and you get mad or upset, your powers will come out. Like, Jack's got his arms ripped off and his powers didn't show up. And
can I just talk about
Cole
that?
had his whole life and no powers.
That was convenient with Jax because your powers are to have metal arms. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, it worked out for you, didn't it?
That came out of nowhere. I like when they gave him the little baby arms.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that.
Those little mechanical T-Rex arms.
Yeah. And Sonya's came out the minute she got her mark.
Yeah. As soon as she killed the.
But this shit with Jax, no, it's kind of a spoiler thing, man. If y'all seen the movie, Jax, I know that's his power, but that don't make any sense.
No. Because everything else is like a X-Men mutation.
So I didn't understand. I got it that his arms, that was his power to get them, but what took so long? What was the purpose for it? What spurned them
Now,
on?
I could be wrong, but the games, the whole idea that you just get this power if you believe in yourself or whatever, like that feels like the movie added that, because when he got his arms ripped off, which is, it's various in the games, was it Gore, was it Sub-Zero, whatever, he just got mechanical robot arms.
Yeah.
They just get the military gave them to him. So this whole thing about the magic thing, you just got to believe in yourself to get him. That's what the movie did. That's not from the games. Like Kano and his laser eye, he just has a laser eye.
Right.
That's what he has. That's like a cybernetic upgrade that he got because he's like this criminal. And so I don't know what all this arcana magic stuff. You just believe in yourself.
When your arms turn into fucking two Transformers.
Yeah,
like I said, that just I can understand. If you're this is what gets me. I can understand if your chi was something, from
but
inside you,
that,
yeah. Because this whole thing with Liu Kang, when Liu Kang did the, when Liu Kang was bringing out the dragon, You know, I thought like, okay, that's in his magical land.
Yeah.
That's his chi, his spirit,
Right,
or whatever
right.
coming
That makes
out.
sense.
That made sense.
I'd be okay with it.
You know, if people had goddamn Shurikens or whatever, all right, that's fine. But all of a sudden, magic covers mechanical arms and laser beam eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's lazy.
And a flying hat. a church collection plate that he's throwing around. I was like, so is this guy related to Odd Job from Goldfinger?
Yeah, goddamn hat that changed into a buzzsaw. Yeah. Like, what kind of shit is that y'all
I was
have?
like, man, y'all just pulling shit out of your
Well,
ass at
Marty,
this point.
if you ever go to Mortal Kombat tournaments, you know you got your weapon right
Yeah,
now.
that's right. That's you become Lao in that situation.
Yeah. The fool threw the hat on the ground. I know it's in the game, but that fool threw. I can understand if he came in and he said, you know, I should have got my mechanical buzzsaw hat. Yeah. But that's your power. All of a sudden, your brim magically forms into a blade. Nah, man. Do you chop wood with that shit?
Yeah. There's just a better way to introduce all these things. They just didn't do that.
Yeah, no, it was. No, it was lazy, man.
Yeah.
And the
It
one
was
guy
lazy.
with the hammer, with that crazy Boston accent or whatever, didn't he say that his power came out because Kano killed him, or Kano
Cabal.
got his power from killing him?
Oh, but yeah, Cabal, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, well,
I
if he
came
killed
back.
you, then why are you still here?
Well,
Yeah.
that's because no one ever dies in Mortal Kombat.
Right,
That's why
right.
like all the dead guys got like, you know, Shane soon picked them up because they're going to be back in supposedly the sequel.
Yeah.
I even like, I will say, because it wasn't Cyrax, it wasn't Roebuck, it was just Cabal. He never has like a Boston, like Brooklyn accent, but he has my favorite fucking line in the movie. I love it when he's sucking souls. When he refers to Shane Soon. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, so is that a guy, a Dementor in the game?
I don't know.
I don't, man. Listen, if you can embrace your stupidity, do like the problem with the movie with me is that they just spend so much time just being so serious.
Yes,
Yes.
that's a big flaw.
Being so
Yeah.
serious about all the, you know, they were being so serious about a story that makes no sense. And you can be stupid if you just start doing.
Yeah,
if you're tongue in cheek,
Yeah,
if you're
be fun.
somebody that you are self aware, this movie was not self aware. No.
If it had been tongue in cheek or had a sense of humor about it, I'd have gone with it. I was like, hey, everybody knows not to take it seriously, so let's just have fun.
Yeah, it's a man giving a serious speech that doesn't realize his fly is open, his dick sticking out.
I didn't think I would feel this way, but I was like, man, I really miss Christopher Lambert. And, everything from that first one.
Oh, he's so fun.
Yeah.
He brought personality to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.